Hello guys and welcome, my name is Josh, welcome back to the Josh W YouTube channel. In today's video we're doing something slightly different. It is not exactly, but it is, as of recording this, Sunday 6th of August. Hopefully you guys will be seeing this on Monday, 7th of August. Anyway, the Premier League kicks off on Friday 12th of August with Burnley and Manchester City, last season's winners, taking place. But today I'm going to do my 23-24 Premier League predictions, all the way from 20th place all the way up to champions. We'll be going from 20th, 19th, 18th, 17th, 16th, 15th, 14th, 13th. And I'll be saying why I think they're going to finish in that place. Before we get into the video, subscribe to the Josh W channel. Leave a like on this video and check out my other YouTube channel. I'll leave the @ in the description, or you can just search that into the YouTube search bar and it'll come up straight away. Let's get into my Premier League 23-24 predictions. In 20th place, it's newcomers, it's Luton Town. Over the last few years, they've made their way from the National League all the way up to the top division of men's football in England, which is the Premier League. I don't think they will prove themselves as well as they had in all the other leagues. They won't do well enough. They might finish with maybe 30, 31 points, but it'll be Luton Town finishing rock bottom in 20th. Now, my 19th place team were lucky to stay up last season. Alongside them were Everton. They were lucky to stay up. But it isn't a newcomer. Normally, I do all three newcomers coming up, going back down. 2 out of 3 will be going straight back down. But 19th, I've put Nottingham Forest. They were a bit shaky towards the end of last season. I've not seen them do much great business throughout the transfer window, and I don't think they'll be able to hold out, maybe hold in the 17th or a 16th place. So that's why I put them in 19th for now, but things could change over the next week. In 18th place, this is the second recently promoted team, and I think they'll go straight back down. It's either Sheffield United or AFC Bournemouth. I think Sheffield United on paper are slightly better than Bournemouth. That might be very false in saying that. I haven't looked into the 3 championship sides coming up. All I know is Luton Town have come from rock bottom all the way up. I think Sheffield United is slightly better, so that's why I'm putting Bournemouth in 18th and Sheffield United in 17th. I've just realised Bournemouth didn't just come up, they were in the season last season. In 16th position, they were lucky to stay up last season with Frank Lampard. I'm putting the Toffees and Everton in 16th position. I think this time they'll do better than just staying up. And obviously Luton Town, Bournemouth and Sheffield United are the 3 weakest, I think, in the league. And those 3 will be the lowest. Alongside them isn't Forest. Just above them in 15th place, I'm going to put Vincent Kompany's Burnley, because I think Burnley have been well managed, and I think they can do a little bit better than their recently promoted counterparts, Luton Town and Sheffield United. Now, I've looked at it, only one of the 3 promoted sides are going, I think, coming up will be going straight back down is Luton Town, because Nottingham Forest and Bournemouth were actually in the Premier League last season, and I didn't realise, but yeah, because I've put Sheffield United 17th and Burnley 15th, and now it's all teams that were here last season, starting off in 14th place with Fulham. They've done a little bit of transfer action, some of it good, some of it bad, but I don't think they're going to get any higher than 14th. They could surprise me and swap with the 13th and 12th positions, but I think for now, Fulham in 14th is a great position for them. Moving up to 13th place, it's a team that struggled a little bit last season, was rock bottom for a little bit, but eventually pulled away from being bottom, and it was eventually Leeds, Southampton, and one more team that went down. I do think it's going to be Wolverhampton Wanderers finishing in 13th position, but as I just said, it could be Fulham in 13th and Wolves in 14th. It all depends how the boat flows. West Ham I've put in 12th, even though they've lost Declan Rice this summer. They brought in great transfers, and I think it could just be great for them moving forward, and I think they could push up a little bit better. Obviously, they had a shaky season last season, so I'm thinking they could be able to move up to 12th. In 11th position, I put Crystal Palace. Not much reasoning with that. They normally finish 10th, 11th or 12th, and I think they're slightly better than West Ham, but not as great as my 10th position team, so that's why I put them there. In 10th place, for the same kind of reasons as Palace, I put Brentford there. They're not as good as Brighton and Villa as such, and they're a little bit better than West Ham and Crystal Palace, so that, for me, is an even place to put them. Bang in 10th, bang in central. position. For positions 8 and 9, it's Brighton and Aston Villa in that order. Brighton, I think, will finish in 8th, Villa in 9th. I think it's going to be very, very close between the two sides, and it could be interchangeable throughout the whole season. I think Aston Villa and Brighton and Hove Albion will be around that spot 7, 8, 9 for most of the season, and it will come down to the final 2 match days, I believe. In 7th position, just snatching a bit of Europa Conference League, I'm going to put Chelsea. I think they've made good moves in the summer transfer window. They could make a few more in the next week, so I think I'm going to put them in 7th for now, but they could definitely be lower than that with Brighton or Aston Villa overtaking them, or higher than that. In 6th place at the moment, I've put Tottenham Hotspur, my team. I feel at the moment Harry Kane could be leaving. We played Shakhtar Donetsk on Sunday 6th, the day I'm recording this, and he scored 4. I don't know if he's going to leave or stay. We're not sure at the moment. If he does go to Bayern Munich, all the best to him. And Tottenham might be absolutely shambolic without him, and that could cause Chelsea to move up to 6th. But at the moment, I've put Tottenham Hotspur in 6th as it stands. 5th place, I think Newcastle, they'll drop off because Champions League games, I don't think they're going to be coped. They won't be able to cope with the UEFA Champions League games in Europe, and as well as the Premier League, FA Cup, and Carabao Cup. So I think Newcastle either will bow out early of the Europe competition, FA Cup and Carabao Cup, and focus on the Premier League, or focus too much on the European competition that they don't do as good in the Premier League. I don't think they're going to get top 4 Champions League again, and as I said, Chelsea or Spurs could overtake them should they fall behind due to a European competition, as both Spurs and Chelsea don't have any Europe matches next season. Now, this is the top 4. It's obviously between the 2 Manchesters, Liverpool and Arsenal. I think Liverpool might do slightly better than they did last season. Obviously, they had a shaky start and a shaky midfield, as in a shaky middle of the season. But towards the end, they started to pick things up, and they did eventually scrape a 5th, I think. It was 5th, just ahead of Aston Villa. So, I'm going to put Manchester United in 4th. They've made good signings, but Andre Onana could surprise me, and they could move up to 3rd. 3 and 4 are interchangeable, because in 3rd place I've put Liverpool. But as Manchester United are going so far, it could be a Manchester United 3rd, Liverpool 4th kind of scenario. And then 1st and 2nd, it's going to be between the 2 Community Shield teams, Manchester City and winners Arsenal. Obviously, Arsenal only won on a penalty shootout and a very easy 111th minute goal through 90 plus 11. I do think Arsenal might fall short of Manchester City again, and I think Man City will win their 4th title in 5 years, or they might have already done that. But I think Manchester City are going to be Premier League champions, with Arsenal 2nd, Liverpool 3rd, United 4th, Newcastle 5th, and Spurs 6th. And the bottom 3, AFC Bournemouth, Nottingham Forest and Luton Town, with 2 promoted sides, Sheffield Wednesday and Burnley, staying up. That's my Premier League 23-24 predictions. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.